welcome to the part 3 of this chapter, some basic concepts of chemistry. So today we'll be studying the laws of chemical combinations. Our first law is law of conservation of mass. This law states that sum of mass of reactants is equal to sum of mass of product. Therefore, in conclusion, we can say that matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. Here we have an example of carbon plus oxygen gives us carbon dioxide. To understand this law in a more better way. So firstly, we'll be writing the atomic mass of carbon, which is 12, and writing the atomic mass for oxygen, which is 16, but we'll be multiplying it by 2, as here there is 2 atoms of oxygen. Doing the same thing on the right hand side, we are having carbon and oxygen's atomic mass, so we'll be adding it, which is 12 and 32. So after addition, on the left hand side we are getting it as 44, and on the right hand side also we are getting as 44. Therefore, this satisfies our laws of conservation of mass. Now our next law is law of definite proportion. This law states that a given compound always contains same elements combined together in the same proportion by mass. For example, we have collected water from different sources such as sea, rain and tap water. Now, in a chemical compound, the elements will always be same no matter from which source it has been collected. Therefore, all these three contains H2O. Now, if we'll ask the ratio of hydrogen is to oxygen in all the three cases, we'll be getting the same ratio as 2 is to 16, 2 is to 16 and 2 is to 16. In further simplified form, we'll be getting it as 1 is to 8. Now our next law is law of multiple proportion. According to this law, if two elements can combine to form more than one compound, the masses of one element that combines with the fixed mass of the other element are in the ratio of small whole numbers. Now let us take two elements as carbon and oxygen. Again carbon and oxygen, as it forms more than one compound. Therefore, this forms your carbon dioxide and this forms carbon monoxide. Now here in this equation, we need 2 atoms of oxygen to make this equation balanced. Therefore, the atomic mass of carbon is 12 and oxygen here it's 32 and here it's 16. Now let's check the ratio between these two. Therefore, the ratio will be 32 upon 16, which will be your 2 is to 1. Our next law is law of reciprocal proportion. This law states that if two elements combine with the third element in two or more different ratios, the ratios in which the two elements combine with each other are also in simple whole number ratios. We have our three elements as sulfur, oxygen and hydrogen. Now we'll see the ratio in which sulfur and oxygen combine with the fixed mass of hydrogen, which will be your 32 upon 16, which is 2 is to 1. Now we'll see the third compound, which is your SO2. Its ratio is 1 is to 1, which when combined with the ratio of 2 is to 1, it will give us 2 is to 1 only. Therefore, this is your simple whole number ratio. Our next law is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes. This law states that when gases combine or are produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio by volume, provided all the gases at the same temperature and pressure. Now here we have a reaction H2 plus Cl2 gives 2HCl. This is a balanced reaction. Now here we can see that there is one volume of hydrogen, one volume of chlorine, but 2 volumes of HCl. Now let's say that there is 20 ml of hydrogen. Then there will be 20 ml of chlorine, but 40 ml of HCl. How? Because it's twice the volume of these two. But this law will only be applicable when these all three are in gaseous states. Now our next law is Avogadro's law. It states that equal volume of all gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. So guys, this is it for the video. Stay tuned for part 4 and thank you for watching. Bye bye.